Welcome to WellPass. The coronavirus has completely changed the way we travel and behave. After the lockdown is over, there will be an urgent need to verify and check COVID-19 reports of the patient before he or she is allowed to travel around. Managing reports is a hassle and we need efficient solutions to store them and reproduce them whenever it is required. The question that arises is how are we going to ensure easy movement of people in the post-COVID world and securely store our COVID-19 reports? WellPass solves for this. It is a blockchain-powered web-based application for securely storing and verifying patient data.
Talking about the tech stack, the hospital owner first registers the hospital and the data is added on MongoDB. It is approved by the admin and only then is the hospital added on the blockchain. Once a user registers himself and requests his data from the concerning hospital, the request is sent to the hospital, and wherein the hospital receives the request and adds all the relevant data like the admission details, etc. The admission data is added on the blockchain, whereas the report is added on IPFS, and all of this is powered by a Ethereum based blockchain which is at the heart of it. Once the transaction is mined, all the data and the report are converted into a QR code. The thing with this QR code is that you can show this QR code anywhere, anytime. And the purpose that it solves is that it prevents forgery of COVID-19 reports, because we've seen that people can just forge reports. So using a blockchain, we practically ensure that there is the handling of reports from the hospital to the authorities is safe. So WellPass acts as a three-way trust between the user and the user or the patient, the hospital owner, and the authorities.
Let us see how it works. Firstly, the hospital owner registers himself on our web-based UI. After entering a private key, a wallet is created to identify the hospital owner on the blockchain. This key will be later used to add patient data to the blockchain. After logging in, the owner then registers his or her hospital by entering the name, email address, phone number and address. The hospital owner then waits for the approval of the concerned authorities. After checking the validity of the claims of the hospital owner, the hospital is approved from the admin panel and added to the Ethereum-based blockchain. As you can see, the transaction is now complete. Then the user registers himself on the portal by adding the name, gender and email address. After logging in, the user requests his or her medical data from the hospital where he was treated for COVID-19. The status of the request is visible on the user dashboard. All the requests the hospital receives are visible on the dashboard. To complete a request, the worker clicks on Edit Request and adds all the relevant details like admission date, release date and COVID-19 report. The data is then encrypted using the hospital's keys and the transaction is mined. The report is added in an encrypted fashion on IPFS. As you can see, the status of the request changes on the hospital dashboard. When the user logs back, he or she sees that his or her medical data is available in the form of a QR code which he or she can securely generate anytime they need. When he or she travels, they can just show the QR code at the security checkpoint and the security personnel will get all the relevant details. To make the process easier, we have also made an Android app that helps the travel authorities verify patient claims. As you can see, the report is clearly visible after clicking on the link.
So now, how feasible is WellPass? So let us take an example. Manipal University, Jaipur is planning to reopen its college, right? So it has asked the students to reproduce negative COVID-19 reports. So how are they going to verify that the report that the student is presenting is not forged or falsified? There's going to be a way, right? So this is where WellPass comes into the picture. With WellPass, it is almost ensured that the report that the student is presenting is true. So talking about where will the revenue come from, like Manipal University, there are other institutions that are planning to reopen as we come out of the lockdown. So all of them are going to need a way to manage. This is where WellPass comes into the picture.